Initially, Diddy's inner circle remained eerily quiet, as if they'd hit the mute button. But now, one by one, they're stepping forward to unveil the truth about their once close friend. It seems like Diddy's once mighty empire is collapsing faster than a house of cards. And the latest blow? Allegations from none other than his longtime confidante, Mary J. Blige. She's reportedly spilled the beans to the feds, shining a harsh light on Diddy's alleged coercion tactics. The walls are closing in, and Diddy's facade is crumbling before our eyes. Mary J. Blige has dropped a bombshell, claiming that Diddy subjected her to similar treatment as he allegedly did to Cassie. According to Mary, these actions have been going on for quite some time, and she's astonished that it's taken this long for the law to catch on. But there's more to the story. Mary is now opening up about how Diddy has allegedly been using his influential connections to shield himself. However, there's a twist in the tale. Rumor has it that Mary's change of heart stems from the federal authorities, allegedly uncovering damning evidence. Reports are swirling that Mary J. Blige might not be as innocent as she portrays herself to be. Allegations suggest that she's been implicated in Diddy's illicit activities for over 3 decades. Even more troubling, whispers suggest that she could be facing charges alongside Diddy. This looming threat could be the driving force behind her decision to cooperate with the authorities. Mary J. Blige seems determined to avoid going down with Diddy and is reportedly collaborating with law enforcement to ensure he faces justice. As for the accusations about her involvement with a minor like Diddy, nothing has been confirmed as of yet. Rumors are swirling, suggesting that Mary J. Blige might have a secret child with Diddy. Amidst all the chaos, one can only imagine Mary's exhaustion with the ongoing drama. With each passing day, it becomes increasingly apparent that Diddy, aka the Diddler, is losing his grip on the circle faster than his fading public image. Former allies like Jay-Z and the Kardashians have distanced themselves, and now Mary J. Blige has jumped ship as well. While Mary's departure from Diddy's camp isn't entirely surprising, the rapidity of it all is certainly shocking. Mary J. Blige's sudden turnaround was indeed jaw-dropping. Just like Jay-Z, she had vocally professed unwavering loyalty to Diddy, swearing they were ride-or-die friends. But when the FBI started nosing around, loyalty seemed to fly out the window. The shock is compounded by the fact that Diddy and Mary J. Blige were practically joined at the hip since the early 90s. Their bond ran deep, with Diddy even producing some of Mary's earliest albums, including her debut, What's the 411? So, it's not hard to see why their abrupt separation has left many scratching their heads. For about 33 years now, their friendship has stood the test of time. Diddy has always shown Mary J. Blige love and respect, acknowledging her as one of the greatest performers and vocalists of all time. In an interview, he praised Mary, saying she's one of the greatest storytellers in R&B history. In the late 90s to early 2000s, their friendship hit a rough patch, leading to a messy falling out. For a couple of years, they were embroiled in a bitter beef, barely acknowledging each other's existence. It was a dark period for their friendship. However, eventually Mary J. Blige stepped forward, and the truth emerged. Mary J. Blige stepped up and took the blame, admitting that she was the one who allowed things to spiral out of control. She owned up to being a total mess back then, unable to keep her act together, let alone maintain a solid relationship with Diddy. It was a humbling moment, but it marked the beginning of their journey back to each other's good graces. Mary explained, "The reason we split up is me not understanding the business the way I needed to at the time." In the midst of it all, Diddy had a female artist and Biggie on his label. However, during that time, I was really struggling with myself. I was a mess, dealing with substance abuse. Any smart businessman would have distanced himself from me. It felt like Diddy was becoming distant, but looking back, I now understand why. I wasn't delivering properly, I wasn't taking care of my health, so how could he roll the dice on me? After Diddy forgave her, they patched things up and went back to being besties once again. It seemed like all was forgiven and forgotten, water under the bridge. That is, until now, as allegations arise suggesting that Mary's pulling a total 180, trying to convince everybody that she and Diddy aren't as tight as we all once thought. She's out here claiming she burned that bridge ages ago, but yo, what's the 411, hun? The timing seems kind of sketchy if you ask me. People are side-eyeing her, thinking, she's just trying to distance herself from Diddy now that his whole world's upside down. I mean, he's getting hit with lawsuits left and right, accused of some serious stuff, and now the feds are poking around with RICO charges. It's It seems like this Diddy situation has him sitting in a hot seat made of lava, hot lava. But that's not all. Anyone even remotely linked to him is getting a front row seat to the FBI's investigation. And trust me, when the feds come knocking, they're not playing around. After the raid on Diddy's LA and Miami houses, Homeland Security released a statement saying, earlier today, Homeland Security Investigations New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing. In response, Diddy's lawyers slammed the feds, denouncing the raid as nothing more than a witch hunt. They released a statement asserting this unprecedented ambush, paired with an advanced coordinated media presence, leads to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs. It is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. There has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs maintains his innocence and vows to fight tirelessly to clear his name. However, the fans weren't messing around when it came to Diddy. They were swooping in and detaining people close to him left and right. Even his own sons, Justin and Christian, found themselves in cuffs and under detention during the raid. And it didn't stop there. 2 of his trusted assistants were also arrested. As if that wasn't bad enough, his alleged supplier, Brendan Paul, got arrested at Miami International Airport for carrying illicit substances. It was like a storm brewing, and everybody could feel it. The RICO charges were looming, hanging heavy in the air, and Mary J. Blige wasn't blind to it. She could see. Mary J. Blige didn't waste any time acknowledging the writing on the wall, just as clearly as everyone else close to him. She posted a cryptic message on Instagram saying, "Unfortunately, a lot of you all met me when I lacked boundaries. I was a people pleaser. Let me reintroduce myself. I burn bridges as needed. But let's face it, nobody is trying to catch no RICO case." Besides, rumors have swirled for ages about how Mary J. Blige was allegedly subjected to what Cassie experienced by Diddy. Reports claim that Diddy wasn't gentle with her, allegedly putting hands on Mary and even coercing her into using a strap-on for his pleasure. This behavior, if true, is certainly not befitting the queen of hip-hop soul. Also talk about how Mary got pregnant by Diddy, but he didn't want the child and allegedly pressured her to terminate the pregnancy. This alleged incident supposedly traumatized her so profoundly that she decided to forgo having children of her own thereafter. She hinted at this in an interview, saying, "I have nieces and nephews forever, and I'm always watching how people are scrambling for babysitters. I don't want to go through that. I like my freedom to go and move and do what I want to do. I don't want to have to tend to someone all the time right now. That's where I'm at." Having kids was something Mary once considered, but then she continued to maintain her friendship with Diddy, even after the alleged incidents. So what's behind this sudden switch up? Word on the street suggests that the feds have been linking her to Diddy, allegedly uncovering evidence of serious shady dealings, reminiscent of what she did back in the day. This has sent Mary into panic mode, prompting her to distance herself from Diddy. Allegedly, the feds are threatening to implicate her in a RICO charge if she doesn't cooperate and spill the beans on Diddy. They're also allegedly threatening to bring her up on separate charges. For those unfamiliar, Mary J. Blige had an intimate relationship with singer Danny Boy when. In a recent interview, Danny reminisced about the first time he got close to Mary J. Blige back in '95, right after the Source Awards. He recalled how he, Mary, and a few others, including Diddy's baby mama Misa Hilton, were invited to a party. According to Danny, they all kicked it together, having a few drinks and soaking in the vibes. However, when Danny decided to call it a night and head back to his room, the night took an unexpected turn. He received a call to another room, claiming someone was eager to meet him. When he got there, he found only Mary and Misa chilling inside. "I left for a little. While we was talking, I think I left out, and she called me back up to the room, said, come back upstairs, me old girl, want to see you _ as old girl. And Mary sitting on the couch, so I know the girl that he ain't in bed with. I me, so I went, I'm he closing doing _ and I sit down.